Jurassic Park, 5 things you might not know about. Hey guys, today we're going to list 5 things you might not know about Jurassic Park. Let's get right into it. The idea. Following the inspiration for Jurassic Park leads to Spielberg's childhood fascination with dinosaurs. In the late 1980s, Spielberg met author and screenwriter Michael Crichton, a Harvard Medical School graduate whose novels frequently revolved around scientific problems. As the two worked on a script based on Crichton's time as a medical resident, which would eventually become the TV series ER, Crichton also mentioned another of his ideas, a novel about dinosaurs brought to life by newly discovered DNA samples. Given the gene editing technology CRISPR, which was introduced in 2012, the concept was certainly ahead of its time. The premise piqued Spielberg's interest right away, and before Crichton had finished the novel, Universal Studios paid the author $2 million for the film rights and a first draft of the screenplay. Later, screenwriter David Coep joined the project. He simplified the science and, in collaboration with Spielberg, created the animated Mr. DNA to explain how the fictional theme park spawned dinosaurs in a lab. The film's casting. In Jurassic Park, wealthy businessman John Hammond invites paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant, paleobotanist Dr. Ellie Saddle, and mathematician Dr. Ian Malcolm to the fictional island of Isla Nublar off the coast of Costa Rica to tour his live dinosaur theme park and certify its public safety. Spielberg approached Harrison Ford about playing Grant, but Ford declined, paving the way for Neil, who had not read the book, knew nothing about it, and hadn't heard anything about it. Laura Dern agreed partly because Nicolas Cage, who had just finished filming Wild at Heart with her, encouraged her to do so. According to casting director Janet Hershenson, Jim Carrey gave a terrific audition for ever-quotable Dr. Malcolm, but she loved the idea of Goldblum right away. Crichton had a crush on Sean Connery, whom he directed in 1978's The Great Train Robbery, based on his 1975 novel. In addition, Spielberg appreciated Attenborough's ambiguity. The director said, "I was much more interested in portraying Hammond as a cross between Walt Disney and Ross Perot." He then said, "Attenborough sort of keeps you off balance, second-guessing what his motives are." There are no real dinosaurs, but there is a real hurricane. Part of the production took place in Hawaii, specifically on the beautiful island of Kauai. The locations of Jurassic Park include Manawapanan Falls, where the helicopter lands with Hammond and his guests in the Pu'Ka'ele Reservoir, where the actors gaped at roaming Brachiosaurus added later by the special effects team. In the film, a tropical storm hits the island, heightening the tension as the power goes out. In real life, Hurricane Iniki made a landfall on Kauai in September 1992 with winds of more than 140 miles per hour. Early one morning, Spielberg turned on the hotel TV to see the weather report, complete with the icon of a cyclonic hurricane moving directly towards us. It was like something out of a movie. The cast and crew huddled in a hotel ballroom for safety, though some shot footage of the approaching storm, which was later used in the film. Wayne Knight, who played industrial saboteur Dennis Nerdry, recalled producer Kathleen Kennedy got a lot of people off the island and onto army transports right before the hurricane hit, but it exfoliated the entire island. It was really bad. More than 1,400 houses were destroyed and 6 people died. Effects that are larger than life. Bringing the dinosaurs of Jurassic Park to life required a multifaceted approach that earned the film 3 Academy Awards for visual effects, sound, and sound effects editing. Stan Winston, the legendary creature designer and special effects creator, created large-scale dinosaur models, including one nearly 20 feet tall of Tyrannosaurus Rex. For some of the action sequences, stop-motion artist Phil Tippett animated miniatures of Winston's designs. He sent the animators to mime classes to help make the dinosaurs' movements more fluid. The film also made use of computer-generated dinosaurs, most notably during the Gallimimus Stampede. When Spielberg asked Tippett how he felt after seeing the CG footage of the stampede, Tippett recalled, "I said I think I'm extinct." Tippett then added, "He said, that's a great line. I'm putting that in the movie." As for the dinosaur snorts, roars, and other sounds, sound designer Gary Rydstrom said he wanted to stay organic, so we used sounds from real animals, about 20 or 30 animal sounds alone for the raptors, including a combination of walrus and dolphin for the main attack scream. A rough ride. Even with the $93 million budget, Jurassic Park 3 got off to a rocky start due to an unfinished script. Johnson told EW, "We didn't have an ending that we liked for the first time we were there." As Leone chimed in, "We just had the ending missing." Joe is being graceful. "We started in Hawaii with no ending. The middle, a little up in the air, and the beginning, pretty solid." The constant revisions proved stressful, with Macy telling TV Guide, "The script has been evolving and being rewritten as we go, and what you want to say is, who launched a $100 million ship without a rudder, and who's getting fired for this?" Johnston later explained Macy's remarks as a result of being interviewed as a bad day, noting that Macy had always been a trooper who never refused to do anything. Regardless, the director admitted in Starlog magazine that the 16-week shoot was exhausting, with the actors never feeling at ease. For one sequence in which the crew tumbled the cast around in what would be the fuselage of a crashed plane, Johnston said, "I don't know how the actors got out without broken arms and amputations." That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.